Let's go across to Colonel Rohit Dev, who's now joining us with more. Just goes on to show the limited capacities of the Pakistani government to take care of even a very prominent religious pilgrimage for its citizens.
So, frankly, it doesn't matter to the Pakistani government what happens to its citizens. So, whether it is their well-being within Pakistan, where their growth, development, infrastructure development, facilities, amenities, or even the Hajj pilgrimage, I think it's more about the coffers they create for themselves as leaders, as military rulers, and citizens are basically second or third rate in Pakistan from the very beginning of the conception. So it was never about the citizens, and I think it's very appalling that a Islamist fanatic kind of leadership, which seeks a lot of support of the citizens to carry out jihad all across the globe and against the tyrants against India, is not able to even take out the penny required for sending these citizens for their religious self-actualization. And it's a pitiable state. The economy is in shambles, the leadership is in shambles, and I think the people of Pakistan deserve better, and they need to revolt against such a government and make sure that these governments don't survive. Their military does not survive beyond a point. And a day will come. A day came as a small sort of a trailer a few years ago, and I think Pakistan is boiling internally, and the abyss of financial sort of a plummet they have gone into will soon be sort of challenged by the community, their people, their youth, and that day is coming. And I think Pakistan should gear up for that, because not only internally and externally having problems, but having this kind of a charade which they have created about the Islamic Caliphate and trying to egg their citizens against India and others has actually now made a lot of people realize. And you saw how the erstwhile opposition leader, the person who was trying to ask for and begging for his life to be left just recently, and how another leader of their criminal gang was killed by somebody. So I think these kind of activities will continue in Pakistan, and Hajj failure is another failure and a slap on the face of Munir and Shehbaz Sharif.
Yes, and what's coming to light are these videos where they're confronting the minister concerned, but Pakistani administration is acting as if nothing has happened.
Why should they accept the country which does not accept the dead bodies of its soldiers? Do you think they will have any respect for its citizens, and that too for a pilgrimage in which the failure is solely of the government of Pakistan and the administration? They will not accept anything. So Pakistan administration, the military, the government does not accept any responsibility for the state of Pakistan. They only know how to meddle in affairs of other foreign countries. They only know how to raise bogus issues in the UN. They only know how to create more avenues for their personal wealth through countries like the United States and institutions like the IMF, which they have fooled for a long time, and whichever and whosoever purpose it is serving. It is definitely not serving the purpose of the Pakistani Awam, which is left in the lurch because of these policies and
But do you see any scenario, you did mention to it, but can there be a large-scale criticism of the current government under the conditions, the political conditions that prevail in Pakistan? Do you see this becoming some sort of a citizens' movement?
Absolutely. There is no scope. This country where you are paying through your nose for everything, the government is not looking after you. It's incapable of actually. And where the military regime is dictating terms, that trailer which happened 3 years ago is going to come up in a larger movie, and I'm quite sure it's going to be a long play because internally Pakistan is breaking up, and Pakistan, which had taken over illegally vast tracts of land in other countries like Balochistan and is meddling with Afghanistan, its own ideological blocks dividing, especially the terrorist groups dividing over what they are doing. So internally, the terrorist groups will also, come up and challenge each other and the government.
Okay.
The people have no choice to come up and challenge this kind of hegemony, which is detrimental to Pakistan's future. So I think the youth in Pakistan and the people in diaspora who speak against Pakistan are going to create this change in a way or two, and maybe a year and a half from now, you will have these, boiling and simmering pot coming to a full boil, and things will go awry in Pakistan unless the establishment behaves, and they have actually no scope for changing their behavior because their personal pockets carry more weight than the Pakistan itself.
Colonel Rohit Dev, I do thank you for joining us. I also have my